Hey guys, welcome back to one of our split stretching videos. Our first exercise is side to side lunges to warm up your legs and hip flexors. Make sure your feet are slightly turned out, your bum goes back as you lunge, and your weight stays more in your heels than your toes. Now move into alternating toe touches to help warm up your lower spine. Make sure you are really focusing on fully twisting your torso here. Keep your legs how they are. Lean your upper body over to lengthen your back, and now grab your elbows and rock side to side. Now turn your body to face one side, make sure your feet aren't too far apart, and then face them straight forward. Now you're going to bend your back knee and flex your front foot to get a really good stretch in your calf, and then you'll return back to normal and repeat. All right, now switch sides. Next, you're going to go into a deep lunge with your hands on the ground on each side of your front foot, and you're going to rock forward and backwards. Now place both hands on your knee for 5 seconds. Now put them on your hips for 5 seconds. Okay, now switch sides. Hands on knee and hands on hips. Next, we're going to do downward dog walks. So get into downward dog position and bend one leg to switch. This is one of my favorites. You're gonna sit in a straddle position on the ground and now twist one leg to touch your foot and knee to the ground, then do it on the other side. This will really help loosen up those hip muscles to help you with your splits. Now you're going to place a hand behind you on the ground, lift your bum off the ground, and reach back with that other arm. Then make a full circle with your chest to repeat on the other side. This exercise will warm up your entire body, including your hips and back, to get you ready for those splits. Our final dynamic stretch to help your body prepare itself for the split stretches is butterfly flaps. So get into butterfly position and start flapping those wings. Alright, so now we're getting into our static stretches where we're going to hold each exercise for 30 seconds. Our first exercise is low side standing. So pick a side and we're going to stick with it for a little. Now place your hands on both sides of that front leg and straighten your back leg off the ground. That back foot should be tucked to help you keep balance. All right, now we're going to get back into that deep lunge position we did earlier, but now you're going to place your elbows on the ground to really stretch your hip flexors. If you can't do that, your other option is to place one hand on the ground and the other hand on your knee, and then push your knee away to give that same effect. Now we're going to do a kneeling hip flexor stretch. So you'll get on one knee, have your chest up and hands on your hips. Then you're going to tuck your tail as much as you can to really lengthen the front side of your leg. Next position is Pigeon Pose. So place the outside of your leg on the ground and twist your upper body to face forwards. Make sure your back knee is facing the ground to help get a better stretch. Our last stretch before we switch sides is laying crossover. You're going to lay on your back, bring one leg up and over, and then make sure your opposite shoulder is completely on the ground in order to get a good stretch. If you don't feel a stretch in your glute, then pull your leg in different ways until you do. I like to grab behind my knee and then pull up, whatever works for you. Alright, now we're going to switch sides and go into our low side standing split. Now switch over to our high lunge with our elbows on the floor. Remember, you can also do this with one hand on the floor, the other hand on the knee, and pushing the knee away from the body. Now let's go into our kneeling hip flexor stretch. Next is Pigeon Pose. our last one for this side is our laying crossover. Alright, now that we have done all of the stretches, we are now going to do our side split tests. So pick a side and get into your splits. Make sure to start off easy, and then on each exhale go down further. That way you're not going to strain yourself by just jumping right into it. Alright, now switch to your other side. This is our last stretch before we get into our middle splits test. All you're going to do is bend one leg and have the other leg out as if you're doing a half middle split. Alright, now switch to your other side. All right, our final test is our middle splits. Again, make sure to ease your way into it, that way you don't hurt yourself. Take a before and after picture of your splits after a month of doing these stretches at least 3 to 6 times a week and share with us your progress. We would love to hear from you guys. If you liked this video, let us know by giving a thumbs up and subscribe to get updates on our new videos.